Elizabeth Terry from the island of Jamaica. She is the national competition winner for Jamaica. And we thank you so much for being here with us in the Caribbean Regionals. I invite you to start sharing your screen. And judges, Judge Steve, I saw your thumbs up already, and the other judges, a thumbs up from you will also let Miss Terry and I know that you are ready for her presentation. So good afternoon, Miss Terry.
Good afternoon to you and to everyone else.
Yes, good afternoon. You can begin sharing your screen.
Right.
We're not seeing your presentation as yet, though.
Okay, hang on a sec. All right, are you seeing it now?
Yes, and you can make that full screen and then perfect. Thank you so much. And so at your first word, your time will begin. So over to you, Ms. Terry, with your presentation.
Welcome to UNUH, a social enterprise, changing minds and changing lives. Meet Joshua. He's 16 years old and he's a student of Wellington High. He's largely demotivated, somewhat disengaged and distracted, and hardly participates in class, generally underperforming. It's difficult for Wellington High because they understand the magnitude of the problem. There are many more Joshuas, but it's costly to engage experts like myself to address the issues. I'm Elizabeth Terry, and I have 17 years of experience working to design projects for at-risk youth. And the last 7 years, I've been using my NLP coaching skills to get great results for my clients. So what is the solution to Joshua and Wellington High's problem? UNUH, a game app for youth ages 13 to 18. Entertaining youth with Jamaican music and culture and educating them using NLP tools and techniques, meeting them where they are on their phone, empowering youth to make better life choices and get better outcomes. The UNUH app is more than an app. It's connected to a learning management system, which allows for registration and the tracking of progress and access to additional learning resources and coaching. The market size is large. 200,000 in youth in Jamaica and Latin America and the Caribbean, 200 million, with up to 1.2 billion Joshuas waiting in the world. The business model is B2B, UNUH working with schools, NGOs, youth agencies, and ministries, providing the UNUH experience and learning through licensing and subscriptions and sponsorship. The initial competitor analysis shows that there are no game apps that generally help youth to get better outcomes. There are specific apps for meditation, brain training, apps for anxiety, depression, and so forth, but none that are mind behavior change focused and none that use Jamaican culture. CB Facey Foundation awarded us $1 million to develop the prototype last year. We set up an advisory committee, and by December last year, we had done the first phase of the UNUH app prototype. In July, the GMMB Foundation awarded us an additional $600K to do the website and additional market research. Tomorrow, we start user testing with the Planning Institute of Jamaica and the Community Renewal Program support. Jamaica and the Caribbean projections start in year 1 at 75,000 and move to year 3, 302,000 US dollars. New licensed users beginning in year 1 with 9,000 and moving upwards to 30,000 by year 3. The license fees that we are proposing range from $6 to $10 per person, depending on the volume. Our team comprises Glenn Henry, an experienced game app developer, Michelle Geister, who is a writer and video producer, actually the producer of TVJ's Smile Jamaica, and Jason Scott, technical project lead, project manager, and in charge of commercialization. We established an expert advisory team for the prototype, and we continue to have that going forward. Our ask is 500,000K approximately to impact the Joshuas of this world.
Thank you, Elizabeth. And to our judges, the first question goes to you, Judge Steve.
I must say, Miss, you might be small, but you're taller. genuinely impressed. I really can't think of questions that will add to what you just gave us. Thank you.
Thank you. And over to our next judge, Judge Raphael.
Thank you. Congratulations. Quick question regarding how are you measuring their learning? How are you measuring the advances? Perhaps I missed that, but can you just go over that again, please?
Sure. I actually didn't say it in the presentation, but we will be, first of all, benchmarking. One of the things that we want to do is to have all of the users do the adverse childhood experiences assessment, which will allow us to see exactly where they are in terms of traumatic events that they may have experienced. And we want to be able to track how they are doing through their responses to the game. How many times they go through the game, do they eventually get the right consequence, and so forth.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
And over to our next judge, Judge Monica.
Hi, good afternoon. I like the platform, and I see that you're doing great things. Is your platform using artificial intelligence in a sense where it's tracking the student and their progress and where you know where those problem areas are?
Yes, well, actually, we have not yet developed the platform. We are really focusing right now just on the prototype for the first module. But yes, we would want to incorporate AI as much as possible in order to do that kind of evaluation.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And to our final judge, Judge Chad.
Yeah. How much of the process is manual? Because we see a lot of assessment of the users and different things. How much of it is manual, one? And from a sustainability point of view, how much monies would be required to run the project, especially if you have some manual components that would have to be backed by people in the back end. Let's say for the first year, with the targets you have in mind, what kind of resources you need to invest in to have that run?
Yes. So first of all, to answer your question about the level of manual work, we want to reduce that to a minimal amount. So any of the questionnaires and so forth that will be done will actually be online. And so they will be entering the information online, and the data will be collected in databases in that way. So it cuts off a lot of the manual work. From the initial, and I say that this is quite preliminary at this stage, but the initial projections show an average spend of about between 20 and 25,000 US per month, inclusive of all salaries, expenses, and so forth.
Thank you.
And finally, sorry.
No, you can ask a question. I thought you were finished. Yes.
Yeah. Oh boy, I think the question slipped me. But yeah, so that's it for me.
Yes. Thank you so much, Ms. Terry, and thank you for your presentation and much success as you develop your app.
Thank you.
So we transition.